We are nearing the halfway point of the 2014 Pro Ruststock season, and we are in Council Bluffs, Iowa for the Wrangler Final Four Showdown round of the Thunder on the Plains. The field has been narrowed down from 12 to the top 4 riders. In bareback, Jared Smith has regained the form that led him to a championship last season in Lexington. He leads the way with 87 big points. In bull riding, John Jacobs has the hot hand. He's gunning for his second championship this season. And in saddle bronc riding, new season leader J.J. Elsher is looking for his second straight title and third of the year. But he'll have to beat his brother and his cousin to get it. Who will come out on top? We'll find out right now as the Thunder on the Plains rolls on.
Welcome to the PRS Council Bluffs.
Hi everybody, I'm Justin McKee and I'm joined by Cord McCoy, PBR Finals and World Champion bareback rider Kelly Timmerman. And as we're talking about these Elsher boys, I'm telling you what, the whole family here is cheering them on. And their chances are pretty good.
South Dakota must have something to do about breeding and raising bronc riders. We had the famous Epbauers come from South Dakota, and now we've got the Elsher brothers. You know, a funny fact, we're talking about the Elshers and where they came from. These boys would get together when they were little, and they'd get back in a barn, and they built their own chute, this rickety wooden metal thing, and that's where they started the bronc riding. Just a great story all the way around.
All right, and here they are in the prime time version of professional rough stock. And let's talk bull riding, Cord, and Brent Menz could win his very first championship.
Well, he could be the first to accomplish a lot of things. He's got another one of the superstars of Ron Vollmer's bulls. Last week riding Legend and coming back this week to get on the 2013 PRS World Champion bucking bull. It's going to be some good watching the bull riding.
Kelly, let's get things started with the bareback riding.
Today, Eric Wolford's matched up with a horse called Frankie Scott of Barnes Pro Rodeo. Now, this horse doesn't quite fit the pin. He's a little bit stronger, but the horse that I really want to look at is Curly Joe. This horse is a superstar in the making. It reminds me of their classic, their famous horse, Blood Brother, that went to the final so many times in the bronc riding. This horse is spectacular and definitely one to see.
So let's kick things off with the number 3 rider this season, Eric Wolford, originally from Michigan, on that horse you really like.
Yeah, this horse really strong, really gets in the air, just bucks hard. Nothing treacherous to him. He's a bucking horse.
All right, here.
Good start. He's going at him. Horse bails in the air, kind of drops a foot there, and gets bucked off right over the head. Ooh.
Oh, he's still there.
Boy, those binds, they lock you in there. Even when you come out into your hand, it could still hang you up a bit.
What a bucking horse. What a bucking horse. Frankie Scott from the Barnes Pro Rodeo Company.
That horse really set up right there.
Wow, look at that kick.
He was going at him, but you see how we were talking about that spur stroke, how it's got to go from that horse's neck up to the rigging handle. The reason right there that kid got bucked off is because that foot fell back behind him. We call spoon, and fell back behind him because he wasn't lifting with his feet, wasn't lifting with his hips and getting that right spur stroke.
No score for Eric Wolford as we go to Jake Bold out of Panoka, Alberta. Pretty in pink, 6 outs for this horse from Birch Rodeo Company.
Yeah, we've seen this horse at Lexington, Kentucky. They actually won the Final Four on the horse there. Jake, you know, he's got a good start to him. He gets his toes turned out really well. Should be a good matchup.
Yeah, look at that style. Look at those. He can turn them out further than anybody I've seen, but he wasn't leaving them there long enough.
No, he's kind of popping. That horse really bails out hard. He got a good start, a good hold, but you can see right here that foot bounced. He just, he kind of got off his rig, and from there he was just hustling, trying to stay up with that horse.
Yeah, he does that, but the score will surely reflect the almost behind style of that ride. 76.5 for Jake Bold, and he is going to be slow getting up. So the first 2 riders both limping out of the arena. These horses are tough, as you said they would be. As we go to the one that might be wilder than all the rest, Curly Joe and Caleb Bennett.
I just love this horse. He doesn't like fireworks. He doesn't like anything. He doesn't like anybody on his back. He's what we call the extreme of extremes in the bareback riding. Good start. Really moved out across there. Bail in the air, moving back and forth. Like I said, folks, that horse right there, he is a bucking star.
And he is trying to jerk him down. I'm telling you, that was rougher than dollar store toilet paper right there.
I don't know how that horse didn't fall down right there. Somehow he kept his hind hand underneath him as he was slipping out across there, and then came back, had those moves. He never stopped moving. I mean, and kicking over his head every single jump. That's an athletic animal right there.
You better believe it. Oh my goodness, look at that. Gathers back up. Well, Caleb Bennett, don't want to take away from him. He got to the 8-second buzzer. That's good. 80.5. That's why we love the Pro Rough Stock Series. 164 on a pair of rides as we go to the final 4 rider. Jared Smith from Florida, Jelly Roll from Birch Rodeo, and Jelly Roll's usually a name saved for the easy one.
Yes, sir, but this horse is not easy. A little bit stronger, you know, than the rest. Kind of takes it away from him at the end there, and you can see how his feet dropped, but he just kept hustling, and still ended up making a pretty decent spur ride.
He needs a 77.5 for the win. Now this horse not nearly as wild as the rest of them.
No, that horse had a little bit of a scoot, a lot of front end movement. He's moving away, not too droppy, but a lot of strength moving away like that. Jared keeps hustling with his feet, but he's not really getting enough drag out of it. But still, you know, the difficulty of the horse might boost that score up there.
It'll be enough. He needs a 77.5, and he gets it. 78 is the score, and that means Jared Smith with 165 is the champion here in Council Bluffs. So a beautiful Trace Rios buckle is going to Florida. Jared Smith, what an extraordinary Wrangler Final 4 Showdown round in bareback riding. Coming up, the 2013 PRS Buck and Bull of the Year Flying Train is about to leave the station with Brent Mintz aboard. But can the Show Me State Cowboy make the whistle for a shot at his first career title? Find out next. Welcome back to the Mid-America Center here in Council Bluffs. It's time for our Wrangler Final 4 Showdown round in bull riding. And here are the matchups.
Well, you know, bull riding is tough, and I've got to go with John Young. You see him get stepped on right there in the long round, but they go back and tell him, hey, you made it back to the short round just on time. So just to jump up and say, yeah, give me another one to try out, I got to be rooting for that. And there's something about home court advantage. He is the hometown, the family's here and everything, rooting him on. That's got to make you want to ride.
You bet. Iowa is raising the roof in here, trying to give a little support and put a little energy back in that body of John Young. So we're going to begin with the number 5 rider this season, Kiowa, Colorado's Jason McClain. He's on a bull from New Frontier called Spitball.
Spitball. New Frontier has got lots of good bulls and pick from. And I bet you Jason knows him. Oh, just kind of got him rocked back right after the first round there.
You know, New Frontier had Rampage in their breeding program for a while, and I'm a betting that one is a descendant.
Goes back some. You know, he come around away from his hand. That bull almost just kind of drop in the back end, was setting back, and you just got to crawl up there on the front end. You know, maybe just the opposite of what you might do in the bareback riding there, Kelly.
Watch how high the feet are right there. All 4 feet getting some air.
I think old Blackie's liking it.
He loves his job, and he's good at it. Brings down Jason quick, 2.6. It's a buck off. Now to the matchup. Brent Mintz of Missouri going up against last year's Bull of the Year from Flying V, Flying Train.
Here's a good bull. I mean, he's proved it. To be Buck and Bull of the Year, he's got the stats going along. He knows, the judges know, everybody know what kind of bull he's got drawed right here.
He's still got a hold of him, but now he's getting strung out, and over on the right side, he's still hanging on, but you can't ride a rank bull off tilt and out of whack way over on the side of that.
I think that bull come around there. I think the bull might even thought he had him bucked off too. You see the bull kind of went straight. About a couple of jumps into it besides he realized, hey, he's not off here yet. He's not letting go. He just tried to hang on.
Yeah. He was too far away from 8, though, to hang on. But you got to give him credit. Old Brent right there. He knew he might take some punishment, but he wanted to whistle. So here's the number 2 rider for the season, Timberlake, South Dakota's John Jacobs. He's on that Banty rooster from New Frontier.
It's a good bull. He's usually right there around the left. And, you know, John, he was so impressive last week. That bull just whirling it away from his hand. Great ride last week.
Really gets up over the front end of those bulls, rides up on his legs, but not this time. Not going to work. He was trying.
He was trying. That's what's impressive. The guy just gutting it out. That bull just kind of short back and compact, just popping, and finally just got him set back a little bit and threw him off. But that's one thing about John Jacobs. It ain't lack of try right there. He's still trying to get back over there and get himself to number 1.
Well, that bull really moving ahead. I didn't notice the first time.
He was a popping there.
Yeah, he'd move ahead and then he'd back up, and no timing whatsoever. And a bucker from New Frontier. That leaves us with one, and Iowa, they're revved up about this man here in Council Bluffs, Iowa. John Young at number 8 for the season standings. He's on closing time.
All he has to do is stay on this bull. It's not like the bareback ride and the bronc ride and you got to show out. All he's got to do is hear the whistle and step off.
All he's got to beat right now is
go
the
ahead.
84. Nobody is going to ride two, and he's there. Bull tries a little change up, but it's not enough. Barely gets to 8 seconds. He's looking for a thumbs up, and it looks like he's going to get it.
Good job right there. That bull was a moving there. He knew it too. He kept just dropping that arm over there and going again, going again. I'm telling you, that's an impressive ride right there.
I'm impressed by this guy. Watched him win the national championship at Oklahoma City in Pro Rodeo last year, National Circuit Championship. He's going to community college here in Iowa. He's got his uncle, his mom and dad, all the cousins, everybody's here, and he's going to win it for the home state fans. John Young, the highest score. Nobody rides two, so the winner will have the highest score, and it is John Young with the championship.
Oh man, it's always awesome riding in front of your home state, and luckily I had a lot of family and friends come, and so it was great having winning in your home turf, I guess.
So congratulations to Iowa's John Young, and man, is that going to help his season standings. We'll tell you more about that in a little bit, but when we come back, the Final Four saddle bronc competition from here in Council Bluffs. J.J. Elsher goes for his second straight saddle bronc title and third championship of the season. Welcome back to the 2014 Thunder on the Plains with Kelly Timberman and Cord McCoy. I'm Justin McKee in Council Bluffs, Iowa, and we're getting ready for the Elsher family reunion here in the Wrangler Final Four Showdown round. Kelly, let's look at the saddle bronc matchups.
I want to talk about J.J. Elsher. I've always talked about him being Mr. Consistency. He's going for his third title this season in the saddle bronc riding, and there's no way I'm going to go against him. He's got a good horse today, Lucky of Barnsport Rodeo. I know he knows this horse, and I'm looking for him to get his third win of the season.
So to the chutes we go, and you guessed it, we're going to start with an Elsher. Ryan and JJ are brothers. Cole is a cousin, and Ryan from Elm Springs, South Dakota has drawn the horse called Christian Rock from Birch Rodeo Company.
I bet this horse has got some wiggles to him.
I bet.
That's one thing about Birchport Rodeo. The consistency of the horses is there, and the difficulty is where all the points are. This horse come out of there a little bit strong, wanted to move back to the right, but really set up and buck pretty fair.
Cord, how'd you like the ride?
Well, I liked it a lot. The horse had a lot of changes there. He was kind of long to start with, and then had a swoop, and then evened out. There was a lot. You could see the changes right there. So he kind of had a fight on his hands there.
Horse really wouldn't give away a lead. He's hitting with both front feet at the same time, and lead direction right or left, and boy, when those feet hit at the same time, there's some pounding going on in them swells.
Yeah, it makes it very difficult for the guys to get above the point of the shoulder with those spurs, at the same time to be able to get a good quality spur lick all the way back to the base of your cantle, clear back to the front end.
So we'll go to cousin Cole right now. Cole Elsher is the number 3 rider in points of the season. He's on long line from Birch Rodeo Company.
This is such a classy bronc rider matched up with this horse of Birch's. I know he's seen this horse before. Really strong out across there, bucking hard, really setting his feet. Kind of got above that rein a few times, but didn't bother him. He just keeps hustling, keeps hustling, keeps hustling.
Great job. Boy, that Cole Elsher is impressive this season. No wonder he's number 3. He was strumming that. He was strumming that bronc rein like a guitar chord.
He's sticking it. He had his measurement just right. You can see that rein just holding him down, and he was pushing them feet as high as he could every jump.
That's what we talk about exposure. The higher you can get up in the mane, that's where all the money's at.
He got it. 82 points. Big lead right now for Cole Elsher. We'll see how that holds up as we go now to our next rider. And it's Ray Tom Myers, the only non-Elsher here in the Wrangler Final Four Showdown round. Big Bomber from New Frontier.
Big Bomber's a real strong horse, should go straight down the pin. A lot of movement, a lot of upper body. He just makes a start, a little bit slow with his feet. That horse is kind of beating him down the pin a little bit, kind of taking it away from him.
So the Mills, Wyoming Cowboy, hoping to get a big score. It needs to be in the 80s.
had a good start there, but I'd like to see him be a little bit more aggressive and go at that horse, go for first. You know, he's getting up there, but he's not quite getting above the point of the shoulders. Now that horse bucked hard all the way down the pin. Could have been probably a round win or close to it if it had just been a little bit more aggressive and charged towards that front end a little bit more.
The longer spur stroke, 161.5. He is in second place. Second place with J.J. Elsher to go. Hereford, South Dakota.
This guy is hard to get bucked off, you know. 3 in a row, let's see if he can get it. Good start, horse really blows in the air, kicking hard, not moving too much, but kind of hard to track. JJ keeps setting his feet up there, keeps his chin down, even when when he bails in the fence, he still keeps it going.
That horse is wanting some popcorn. Give him some cotton candy. Good performance out of the horse. Hard to ride, stalled out, got in the air, and JJ never missed a beat.
Man, he just keeps charging to the front, and that's what it takes to win first. You just gotta go no matter what happens. You just gotta keep charging that front end, stay up underneath those swells, and just like in the bareback ride, the only way you can ride one of these rank horses is to spur. You gotta go for it.
Just like my wife at Christmas time, he just keeps it charging. So there's your champion, 167 on a pair of rides for J.J. Elsher, and this guy has got it going on for the season. You can see Cole Elsher finishes number 2, and here's our Thunder on the Plains Saddle Bronc champion, J.J. Elsher.
I told Ryan coming down, well, when we saw what was in the 4-round, I said, if I make the 4-round, I kind of hope I get second, because I knew that horse, and that horse is pretty good, and he makes up for what I lack. Yeah, it was awesome having all 3 of us in that round, and they did good, and then when they do, you got to do good too.
So JJ is back to number 1 and a very comfortable place. JJ's very comfortable in that position. Spends a lot of time there anyway. Now we have more to come from here in Council Bluffs. We'll update our season leaders and name our Kershaw Cutting Edge Performance Highlight and John Deere Big Buck of the Night. Back now in Council Bluffs, and here's a reminder for our upcoming 2014 PRS World Finals in Rapid City at the Rushmore Plaza Civic Center, November 14th and 15th. For ticket information, go to ProRoughStock.com or follow us on Facebook. You know, in the long go here in Council Bluffs, bareback rider Richie Champion saw his first PRS competition since winning the $1 million bonus at the American in Dallas. And Kelly, I know everybody here is proud that he qualified through Pro Rough Stock.
Yeah, absolutely. We had 5 qualifying divisions for the American. Richie Champion had won one, made it into the semifinals. Mesquite won that, qualified for the American, and bam, boom, comes out with $1 million paycheck.
Yeah, beat the best in the world to do it. And right here in Council Bluffs, a lot of the fans were hoping he'd make it to the Wrangler Final Four Showdown. He just missed it by 2 points, but as far as the $1 million goes, he told us he's investing most of it. We also asked him if he had a chance to buy one thing for fun, what would it be?
My dad told me I had to spend some of it for fun because they're going to take it anyways. So, and that's hard for me to do because I've always invested my money right back into rodeo. And whenever I win money, put it away so that way I don't have to worry when I'm traveling. My biggest expense this year for a toy or, pleasure deal was I bought an iPad. And I was extremely excited about that. So now he's telling me I have to spend a very large amount of money just for fun. I'm thinking, I don't know what I want to buy, I got my car, it gets me down the road. I really don't know. I'm sure something will hit me.
Well, I think that's a good example of how he is so focused and so driven to be the best in bareback riding. He doesn't care about anything else but riding bucking horses. So here's our updated season leaderboard. After Council Bluffs and bareback riding, Justin McDaniels was not here, but boy, he's got a huge lead.
Yeah, he's sitting right above Eric Wolford. I just want to spur some ponies. Wolford, man, he's hot on his trail, but right underneath him we got Josie Young, which him and Josie, last year back and forth, first and second, all the way to the finals. And then Cimarron Gerke's right on his tail. J.R. Verzane, Jesse Davis. So you couldn't get a better group of bareback riders this year.
And in bull riding, John Jacobs is back on top.
He is. John Young actually puts himself in the top 5 with that big win there after getting stepped on in the long round, coming back and winning the short round. But John Jacobs, McKinnon Wimberley trade places again.
John Young moved from number 8 into that number 4 position. And let's talk saddle bronc riding. J.J. Elsher, again, he is very at home in number 1.
Yeah, we got J.J. Elsher, his second win in a row. Started last year at Roanoke. He starts it off again. This is his third win this year. Right underneath him, Cole Elsher, and then 18-year-old Rusty Wright, and then followed by him, Jess Williams. I tell you, it's going to be a heck of a race in the saddle bronc riding.
Well, Cord, our Kershaw cutting-edge performance highlight of the night is going to...
I've got to say, John Young, to come back after getting stepped on last week, right on his bicep, and then making a great ride on closing time is a battle all the way. For me, that was a cutting-edge performance.
There's nothing like the best ride, and there's nothing like a Kershaw. And our John Deere Big Buck of the night, which goes to our top-performing animal.
Our big buck has got to go to Curly Joe of Birch Pro Rodeo, a superstar in the making. You know, Caleb Bennett didn't make the perfect ride, but he got all the points from that animal. That right there, I can't wait to see this horse in another 2 or 3 performances when he figures out his bucking style. That horse right there is a superstar.
His body was doing more than his mind could keep up with. And our Big Buck of the night is sponsored by John Deere. Nothing runs like a deer. Next week, we head to Cajun Country and the 2014 PRS Battle in the Bayou 2. For now, I'm Justin McKee along with Cord McCoy and Kelly Timberman. We'll see you next week from Gonzales.